brace yourselves, he's back. It's Lord Alan Sugar, Sir Alan himself. Amazingly, The Apprentice is now in its 10th year, and this year there are 20 candidates vying for a £250,000, by the way, investment into their business and the chance to go into a partnership with Lord Sugar. Of course, they're always under the watchful eyes of Lord Sugar's advisors, Karen Brady and Nick Cure, and let's speak to one man who made it through the sniping comments, the hyperbole, the competitiveness, the backstabbing and the mind-bending tasks. It's Inventor, Tom Pellereau, who won the 7th series of The Apprentice, and it only seems like last year, Tom. Welcome to BBC Radio Berkshire, Tom.
Good morning, everybody.
Now, do you still get excited? Do you still get excited about the show? Are you still watching it?
I still feel slightly scared when I hear that music. If I'm honest, I still absolutely, looking forward to seeing it start this week. And there's a 10-year anniversary program on Tuesday night at 10:30.
Certainly is BBC One, which we're all looking forward to.
I'm really looking forward to that because, as you say, it seems amazing that this is the 10th year.
And what prompted your decision to get involved in the first place?
Oh my goodness! It was a culmination of a number of things, and I'd spent about 10, 15 years trying to kind of make it as an inventor,
right?
Trying to sort of make things happen, get my designs onto market, and had some success, but it was always a very, very difficult game. And I've been involved in starting a business, and sort of something had happened with that, and I was basically cut out from that. I'd split up with a long-term girlfriend, and I had this sort of house that I no longer kind of needed, and I was just in a place where I was like, right, okay, Tom.
This sounds a bit like we've turned the show into a problem page.
Well, yeah, sorry about that. It was just a very dark period of my life.
The perfect challenge to springboard into the sunshine, courtesy of Alan Sugar. But what was your lowest moment in Series 7?
Oh my goodness! I think the beauty task, actually, ironically.
Tell people what that involved, because I know you moisturise daily, don't you?
My goodness! We went to Birmingham and we had to sell expensive hair pieces and massages to people just off the street. But the thing that annoyingly in all these tasks, I always felt slightly that we'd made a mistake at sort of quite early on, which always cost us. And in this one, we didn't realise. Well, no one else sort of realised that the beauty thing was about a 10-minute walk away from where we were selling. So trying to encourage people to go from right in the centre to up in this place was just a disaster. And I voiced it at the beginning, but didn't voice it enough. And then you're like, this is just going to be bad.
But what was endearing about you, I thought, John, what people liked about you in particular was you weren't the caricature alpha male who sometimes turns up on The Apprentice, who never lost. Your face told a real story. And I remember that one in particular, you could see the uncertainty, the doubt, the insecurity, and then at the end, the terror creep across your face.
It was a terrifying experience being in that boardroom when you know you're in trouble. Because I knew that I'd basically sold nothing. I don't think, maybe I'd sold a little bit, but I knew I was in big trouble. But I also knew that my captain didn't necessarily know that. And he, Lord Sugar had the statistics in front of him. And I remember, she said to him, who was the sellers? And he was like, no, I'm not going to tell you, sort of thing. And I was like, well, why didn't he? Because he could have stitched me up truly then.
But that's why he's quite good. He's much more, I think, of a referee than we thought in the first couple of series. He's actually quite even-handed, I think. He basically bullies everybody.
Yeah, indiscriminately.
Yes. I don't mean in his personal life, of course. Can I ask you a question as well, Tom? What are you up to now? Because, of course, it's a big victory, loads of publicity. What happened after that, and what are you doing now?
Well, it's quite a turnaround for me. So I now run a business which he owns half of, I own half of. I work from his offices. I see him very regularly. He was in yesterday. We have sort of once a month board meetings, and we've just turned over 1.5 million.
Well, congratulations. That's fantastic.
It's just, and thank you so much for everybody who's bought one of our curved nail files or trim without the pin clippers. And we're just launching into in Waitrose in November. We've got an exclusive coming in there. So it's incredible times for a small little event.
What's that going to be? What's coming up in? Can you tell us?
Well, not really. But
it's interesting though, something because despite your debacle, your abysmal failure on the beauty product front, that's kind of where you've ended up, isn't it? Grooming and manicuring.
It is. We have a range of style file nail care products, and many years ago, I saw an opportunity by studying patents, and I was like, I think people would love to have fantastic looking nails without the effort, and so I'm trying to create products that just make it really, really easy. So kind of effortless beauty.
And have you ever during a board meeting manicured Lord Sugar's nails? Clipped his toenails, maybe done his nasal hair?
I do have one of the buffers from our very first prototype, which he used, and I actually got him to sign it afterwards. I've got it sort of in my drawer. I'm kind of thinking, one day I'll pull that out and it'll be worth something.
Stick it on eBay. And finally, Tom, how long did you have to wait? How long did you have to keep your victory secret?
Well, there are certain aspects that I think I'm still contractually.
Okay, all right. Because I know obviously it's not done. It's not done live or even in the week, because people have to sit on the fact that they've either been booted out or they're going to win it.
But I didn't find out until very nearly, I think maybe the day before everybody else found out.
Oh wow! Okay. So a knicker-gripping time.
Left hanging.
Yes.
It was horrific, and you can't tell anyone, but something big's going to happen, and you don't quite know how people are going to take you. So I'm feeling very, sorry, or for these 20 candidates now who kind of know, but they don't know what's going to get shown, and what's going to happen exactly, and so it's a pretty nail-biting time watching each episode.
I'm always very impressed with the amount of efficient packing, particularly the women do, because you only have those tiny little suitcases on wheels, but you've got potentially you may need like 3 months of clothes in there.
Yeah, you've got to be, and at the beginning, you're turning up with, as you say, weeks, 6-12 weeks worth of clothes, and you may leave, on the second night.
And you're going to be watching, Tom, yeah?
Absolutely. I can't wait. We've done the sweepstake in the office. Lord Sugar's obviously not allowed to take a part in that because that would be unfair. Sure. But we've
not that he needs the money though.
Well, not really.
We want to scoop the pot. Who did you get in the sweepstake?
I think I got Jamie.
Okay, well, we'll say good luck to Jamie, and good luck and continued success to you, and good luck with that new product, which is top secret, but in Waitrose we think before Christmas. That was Tom Pellerer there, winner of the 7th series of The Apprentice.